She-Hulk tries very hard to be funny like Deadpool.
No, a normal amount of rage!
But she just doesn't have what it takes. Why is it that She-Hulk's jokes don't work?
She-Hulk smash.
And why is Deadpool the Marvel Jesus when it comes to cracking jokes?
I am Marvel Jesus.
We'll give you 7 reasons. Everybody knows Deadpool is a natural when it comes to cracking silly jokes.
Because that hairy thunder cunt from down under cunt finally dies, and he's standing right behind me, isn't he? Welcome to the MCU, by the way. You're joining at a bit of a low point.
And that's why he is in a league of his own when it comes to humor. But She-Hulk? Meh, not really.
Oh shit, shiny Gandhi.
A crucial difference is that She-Hulk laughs at the audience, whereas Deadpool laughs with the audience. There's a reason why Deadpool's movies break records at the box office, and that's because Marvel fans can't get enough of his jokes.
Reason you want to chime in, Your Majesty? I'm dying here.
But when it comes to She-Hulk, the humor just doesn't do it. In fact, people only watch She-Hulk so they can see Daredevil in action. And although both movies like to mix up the action with a good laugh, the She-Hulk does a terrible job compared to Deadpool. Because first, Deadpool cracks more jokes. One of the first steps to being funny is cracking a good joke. Cracking more good jokes would make you super amusing. Deadpool is known for being super funny because he tells way more jokes than She-Hulk. He's always chatting with the audience, and his humor moves quickly. That means if one joke doesn't quite hit the mark, the movie quickly moves on to the next one, and you won't even notice that one dull moment. On the other hand, She-Hulk tries to be funny by commenting on how the show is still about her, despite the fact that there are other guest characters on the show. However, her humor often includes long pauses between these cameo appearances. For example, when she makes a playful remark about Bruce in the first episode,
Wow!
there's a lengthy pause right after. These long pauses make the joke feel awkward, especially without the sound of audience laughter filling the silence. Speaking about silence, Deadpool is not silent when it comes to making fun of himself. Deadpool really knows how to make fun of himself, and that's a big part of why he's so funny. The trick to making someone funny is to make them lovable first, because nobody wants to laugh at the jokes of someone they don't like. For example, imagine if Carol Danvers tried to crack a joke.
How long you plan to be in town?
Oh, I'll be out of your hair as soon as I track down the Skrulls that are infiltrating your planet.
It just wouldn't work. No one's really up for that. But everyone likes Deadpool because he's not afraid to make fun of himself before anyone else. He calls himself an idiot and totally expects us to laugh at him. So the formula is simple. First, we laugh at Deadpool, and then we laugh with him. We see this right from the start when Wade first breaks the fourth wall. He makes fun of the idea of having his own movie as if he can't believe he's actually starring in a blockbuster. It all just plays a joke on our minds. She-Hulk or Jennifer doesn't do this.
Tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh.
She starts off confident, thinking she knows everything and doesn't need anyone's advice. Interestingly, if Deadpool were in her shoes, he could do the same thing, but make it way funnier. One more thing that makes Deadpool indeed more amusing is that Deadpool's supporting characters are also funny. Deadpool's movies are not just about him. His supporting characters are super funny too.
You got this, buddy!
Having hilarious side characters really gives a movie an extra spice because they bring their own kind of humor, which could be different from what the central star is known for. Take Deadpool and Wolverine, for example. Although Wolverine isn't precisely the joking type, he adds to the humor with his sarcastic comments. Everyone sure loved the juice his words laced with playful sarcasm bring. On the flip side, She-Hulk doesn't really have funny supporting characters. The series is covered in over 9 episodes, but none of the other characters manage to crack a joke or even make a sarcastic comment. Jennifer is the only one trying to bring some laughs. So if she doesn't get you to laugh, it's unlikely anyone else in the show will. This makes a big difference because it's a lot more fun to watch when everyone in the show can make you laugh. Speaking of that, movies are a lot more fun to watch when they include the audience. And another reason why Deadpool is incredibly funny is that Deadpool talks to the audience frequently.
This did not go according to plan. I'll also be the first to admit that that plan was written in crayon.
Deadpool really enjoys talking directly to his audience by breaking the fourth wall. This means he acts like he knows you're watching and chats with you as if you're right there in the room. Both Deadpool and She-Hulk break the fourth wall in their shows, but they do it differently. They both do things that are special nods to fans. But Deadpool's style of breaking the fourth wall is really top-notch. Additionally, Deadpool talks to the audience a lot more often. He likes to remind everyone that he knows they're watching, making his interactions natural and keeping the story flowing smoothly. On the other hand, She-Hulk only talks to the audience a little. She only does it a few times throughout the series. Because it happens so rarely, it feels a bit strange or sudden when she suddenly turns to talk to the audience after spending a lot of time just interacting with other characters in the show. This difference makes Deadpool's breaking the fourth wall seem even cooler, because it feels like he's always in on the joke with you. On telling jokes with you, Deadpool does this well, doing just what some of us sometimes do. What's that? Deadpool makes fun of all superhero films. Deadpool loves to make fun of everything in the superhero world, not just from Marvel, but also from the DC universe. He doesn't hold back, making jokes about all sorts of superhero movies, which really makes him stand out. Since his films are R-rated anyway, he gets away with joking about other characters freely. For instance, he teases the Green Lantern movie and makes funny comments about the rivalry between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Universe. In Deadpool 2, when he meets Cable, he tells him that he is so dark like he was from the DC Universe. Remember how most DC movies, like Batman, are really dark, almost always happening at night? Yeah, what a joke! She-Hulk also makes jokes, but her style is different. She makes fun of past Marvel movies and some situations in her show. For example, Jennifer jokes that the main requirement to be a superhero is to be an adult orphan, making fun of characters like Batman and Spider-Man, who both lost their parents. However, sometimes it feels like She-Hulk is holding back a bit. The writers might be a bit cautious, not wanting to go too far with their jokes, making her humor seem a bit restrained compared to Deadpool's no-holding-back approach. Next up, Deadpool found comfort in the audience. Deadpool finds a unique kind of comfort by talking to the audience.
All right, YouTubians, I love you. You suck. No, I'm just kidding. I love you.
He's always cracking jokes, but sometimes he uses humor to cover up his real feelings of pain. Even during the tough parts of the movie, when he's feeling really down, he turns to the audience. He's been through a lot, like losing the love of his life and dealing with big changes in his appearance. But he's been through it with the audience. Chatting with the audience allows him to share his feelings and find support during his most challenging times. On the other hand, She-Hulk also shares her challenges, but her struggles aren't quite as deep as Deadpool's. She talks about the troubles she faces, but she hasn't experienced the profound hardships that make her seek comfort from the audience like Deadpool does. Without that, there's no way she will be more funny than someone who's the audience's man. What more?
I don't think anyone's gonna miss Shatterstar. He was a bit of a prick.
Deadpool narrative style is superb. Deadpool plays a big part in telling his own story in his movies. He doesn't just star in the scenes, he also guides the audience through it. He talks over and between the events happening on screen, giving updates on his thoughts or teasing what will happen next. For instance, he's the one who frames both of his movies as love stories and tales about family, setting the tone right from the start. In contrast, She-Hulk uses a different storytelling technique. Instead of consistently guiding the audience, she sets up flashbacks. For example, in a group therapy scene, she pauses the action to remind viewers about a past incident where she was attacked.
This asshole and his friends attacked me behind my apartment.
She also breaks the fourth wall to flashback to the moment she gains her powers. However, these moments are short, making her less of a constant guiding narrator and less funny when compared to Deadpool. Deadpool is just genuinely hilarious, and we bet you can't wait to see him on your screen again. Let us know your thoughts in the comment sections below.